Hi guys! I know I've been gone for a while. I know, 8 months to be exact. I know, I'm sorry, but I have amazing news, as you might be able to tell from the title of this video. I have collabed with rom&nd and they flew me all the way out to Korea. Like bomb drop. Yes, I went all the way to South Korea. rom&nd flew me all the way out there. I had such an amazing time. I did so many things. And in this video, we're just gonna explain everything that happened. Play by play. I'm gonna show you guys all the footage, all the videos. This is my comeback to YouTube. And guys, I feel like it's a pretty good comeback. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Where do I even start, guys? I guess we're just gonna be freestyling this video. I don't have any script. We're just going. Today's makeup look is gonna be a nice red look. I did it on TikTok and Instagram. Everyone really liked it, so we're gonna be doing it again here. Everything that I use will be listed in the description. So before you ask, check the description first. I guess we'll just start at the beginning. I first got the email in October. You guys have missed a little bit of a lot. Unfortunately, that's my fault. But I am in trade school because I'm planning to become an electrician. That's a whole video for a whole other day. I'm gonna get really deep into that. But if you don't know, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in trade school. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple months. In October, I'm just living my life. I'm at trade school and everything. Now at this point, I had my old phone. My old phone was really broken. If you have an iPhone, you know that like when Apple tells you you're out of storage, you are out of storage. There's literally nothing you can do except get a new phone. I could only have 2 apps running. Always TikTok and then something else. I couldn't have any other apps other than that. So I was not going on Instagram. I was not going on YouTube. I literally could not use my phone. Now I have a new phone, thankfully. So I decided to check Instagram because I hadn't checked Instagram in like 3 weeks. Let me see, like, am I missing anything? Any DMs? And I go, and guess who I see a DM from? rom&nd. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what did rom&nd DM me for? Because I've never really interacted with rom&nd before. The only time we've actually really interacted was when they sent me a PR of their juicy lasting tints and their lasting melting balms. They sent me the entire range. I go, I open it, and it says, hi Sky, you know, I did graduate. That's also a whole thing. I graduated with my GED and everything. Valedictorian, congratulations on your graduation and everything. I don't know if you saw my email, so I wanted to text you here. We would love to offer you to have a full paid, full expenses trip to Korea to collab with us. I'm like, what? God, I started freaking out. I run to go to my mom. I'm like, mom, guess what? Look at what rom&nd said. They said they want to go take me on a full trip to Korea. What? And we're like, what? And they said that they emailed me. So I go to check my email and I did not see it. And I was like, what? And mom said, oh yeah, I did see your email from rom&nd, but I thought you just deleted it. Because if you know, if you're a content creator, like, you know, we get a lot of spam emails. I never normally delete them. I always just archive it because it's easiest. And I'm like, no, I would never delete anything from rom&nd. So I go and I look, tell me why it's in the deleted inbox. I was so mad, guys, because I swear on everything, I did not delete that. Why would I delete that? Gmail did me dirty. Can you imagine if they never reached out to me via Instagram? And yeah, the email said pretty much exactly what they said, that they would love to do a full expenses paid thing just to collab. Obviously, there was some inside stuff in there that talked more about the collaboration, which you guys will not know for now. Well, there will definitely be a part 2 to this video where you guys find out, you know, everything. My first ever brand trip, first time ever leaving America, and to go somewhere to like South Korea is like, what? That's amazing. Then it was just a whole bunch of like corresponding back and forth, getting all the details. Of course, I had to ask, can my mom come? Because I can't go without an adult. Even though I am 19 now. Yes, I know my birthday has passed, guys. My birthday has passed. I'm 19 now. I cannot go to a whole other country by myself. Thankfully, they were like, yes, we would love to have your mom come. And I really, really appreciate that. Like, truly. If they said no, I don't know what would have happened. So it was hard because of like time zone difference and everything. So we would always like wait to hear the response. We would always wake up and be like, oh my gosh, did rom&nd answer? Oh man, they didn't. Did they answer? And when they did answer and they did reply, my mom always wakes up before me. She'd be like, all right, everyone get up. rom&nd sent the email. rom&nd sent the email. And I would wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I would run to go get the computer. And we were just doing that every single time. It was just so exciting. This foundation is really full coverage, guys. Like, people keep commenting on it because it really is full coverage. It's a little bit dark for me right now. And a little bit yellow for me right now because I'm honestly more in my winter shade at the moment. But it's a really nice foundation, so I make it work. Like, it's not that bad. it's not that bad. Eventually everything got solidified. You know, we really want to know like what was the itinerary gonna be, because we had no clue like what we were coming into. We were already packing. We'd be outside a lot, we'd be inside a lot. Oh my gosh, everyone online was saying, yeah, if you're coming to Korea right now, it's absolutely freezing. It's below like freaking zero. It's awful. It's so cold. We were like, oh my gosh, like what do we need? What are we gonna be doing? I had to figure out like what makeup I want to bring. That was a whole thing. I decided I was gonna get a sew-in because I didn't want to deal with my natural hair, because girl, you know, if anything were to happen, there are no natural hair products in Korea. I don't expect there to be. This is not the sew-in. This is a wig, because I've just been playing around with this wig lately because my hair is straightened. It's a wig behind the hairline. I've just been really liking it. She did a really good job, so I'm obviously gonna like take advantage of it. I'm gonna put her up here. Like, please go follow her. Please check her out. She's amazing. She does like celebrities, actors. She's on TV shows, movies. She knows what she's doing. So the sew-in came out actually so cute. It came out super natural, which I really liked. It was not heavy. It was not dense. It looked really nice. And so we had to go all the way to Maryland for that. And then we came back home, and then we had one break, and then right after that, boom, we're going to Korea. So we went via Korean Air. I did try to vlog a lot of it, guys. I tried my best. But what happened was, I really do not recommend trying to vlog on YouTube. Also vlog for TikTok / Instagram / shorts. And then also try to live in the moment. It is insanely hard. And I really tried the first day, but it was really hard. And I gave up doing that on that day. But I do have a lot of like mini vlogs filmed like for TikTok and Instagram. And I'll put it on shorts, and I'll put it in this video too. Now, I was really nervous because this was when the whole government shutdown, of course, was horrible. And we were really nervous about like TSA, like it's gonna be super packed. We got there super early. But it was honestly so easy. It went through really fast. We did get to go to the Korean Air Lounge. I don't travel like that. Like I said, my first time ever traveling outside of America. I've never really traveled inside America like that. Never gone past the East Coast. I felt so fancy. It was very nice. It felt cool to be like have a spot just for yourself, just to like chill with food, free food. And imagine, guys, guess who I saw there? You will never guess who I saw there. I literally saw Danessa Myricks there. Can you imagine that? We're on the same freaking flight. Small world, guys, small world. I actually met her in Sephora. She's literally the sweetest. She is so sweet, so kind. I was so nervous, like, oh my gosh, should I go up to her? Like, I don't want to bother her. But I did end up going up to her, and she was so nice. And she even said goodbye to me. She didn't have to do that. She was just so sweet. Miss Stan, Miss Danessa. Boarding was nice and easy. We were in business class. They hooked me up. They hooked me and mom up, you know? Not have a window seat, unfortunately. Everyone took them so fast, but it's okay. We had still nice seats. We were right next to the bathroom, and I know people don't like that, but it was so nice to be able to get up and not have to walk down a long amount of aisles when you're right there. So I actually enjoyed that. And also because that's where the stewardesses were with the food. So like when they came out, immediately we're like the first ones to get food. So I was happy. This is a long flight, mind you. It's 15 hours and 45 minutes. So the seatings were nice. We had a lot of space. You got to like put your seat all the way back to sleep and all that. Of course, we had the movies and everything. And other than this, I'd only been on one flight where I got to watch TV on the flight. And I like, cause normally I would just like download Netflix or something like that. So that was like very nice to have. Guys, I know this looks a little bit iffy right now, but like trust the process. And if it doesn't work, then we're taking all of this off. But if you're seeing this, that means it did not come out bad and I did not film on another day. The food, Korean Air food, it was obviously as good as it can get for airplane food. That was my first time having like a full course meal. They give you like an appetizer, starter, main course, dessert. I love that dessert, man. It was ice cream. I love dessert. That was my first time really experiencing Korean food, and I thought it was good. I ate it. I thought it was pretty good. But I did also bring my own food because I knew like obviously it's gonna be that long just in case like I don't like it. That was my first time being on a flight that long. Like I didn't know how much to bring. I didn't want to be hungry. I definitely did not want to be hungry. Honestly, even though it was a long flight, guys, I feel like it went by super fast. I was like, whoa, we're already here? It's already over? I was awake pretty much the entire time. My mom slept most of the time, and she deserves it. She deserves the break. I only slept for like 3 hours. Look at my cheeks. Look at my cheeks right now. I'm telling you, I love this Juvia's Place blush. This is like so pretty because it's a highlighter and a blush. This is their blush lighter. So my face looks like super glowy. Yes. For powder, I've switched from brush to powder puff, back to brush. I'm back on my brush game for powder, but this kind of brush. This is my blush brush, but I've been really liking it for powder. And then when we got there, we were at the ICN airport. I was just filming the entire thing. I was like, wow, we're in Korea, what? It was like really starting to kick for me and like, wait, we're actually here? what? Taxi was pretty nice. It was like one of those big trucks with like, you know, the sliding doors and everything. And we were just like looking at Korea, yeah, because we were going to Seoul. So pretty at night. And to me, it reminded me a lot of New York. I was like, this is like New York, but cleaner. Oh my gosh, guys, I was about to quit on this entire makeup look, but I just had to add blush. I just had to add blush because sometimes it looks a little bit wonky without blush. I added this, my favorite Juvia's Place palette. We get to the hotel. The hotel was beautiful. We were at the Sofitel Ambassador Hotel. Wow, that one, stunning. And it was in a really nice area. We were seeing like some crazy expensive cars there. And we were up all the way up at the 31st floor, the top floor. First thing, obviously, I saw that like everyone is so nice. Everyone is so attentive to you. I was joking about this, like, wow, in America, bro, you're lucky if you get a hello. Holding doors for you, getting elevators for you. I was like, wow, I felt so fancy. And my mom has traveled a lot and she's gone to like high-end hotels, and even she said like, wow, this was like really, really, really nice. Went to the room, and of course I feel me good coming, like walking in, because I didn't know like they're gonna have any decorations for me, but they did. They had some really nice decorations. They had like a bunch of product laid out. It was so pretty. I loved it immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so like, what? So loved, so appreciated. They had all the Juicy lasting tints. They gave me their advent calendar, the Juicy roll cheeks, which I already love. I have the brown one. I love brown blushes, so immediately bought it. And then we were like, oh, we want to go get something to eat because we were still a little bit hungry. Our bodies were kind of messed up because, you know, this is when we would normally eat dinner. We see it's nighttime. We want dinner. We went to the convenience store because there's a 7-Eleven right across the street. 7-Eleven is very popular there. I mean, I guess 7-Eleven is popular here. I'm in New Jersey. I feel like the equivalent to that is Wawa. I've always seen all those TikToks where people get the ice and they do the coffee and everything. I don't drink coffee, but my mom did do that. And we got some ramen. We heated it up in the microwave and got the boiling water and everything. It was pretty cool. And we mixed it when we got to the hotel. Now, Korean food is pretty spicy. And I'm not a spice girl. I am not a spice girl. I literally could not eat it, unfortunately. It was just way too spicy for me. But I was tired anyway, so it didn't matter. So we go to bed, take a shower, everything. Next day, we get ready for the next day. So we went to the hotel breakfast. Now, since this is a fancy place, okay, I was not going to my hotel breakfast in my pajamas. You know, time and place. So I just put on like my airplane fit. My airplane fit, wow. They saw me in that airplane fit every single day. They're probably like, dang, does she have any other clothes? And the food, guys, oh my god, the food was so nice. I love breakfast foods. Breakfast foods are my favorite foods. Waffles, pancakes, cereal, bread. Oh, give me all the bread. Korea loves bread. They had so many bread spreads. It was so nice. They come to you. It's not like the ones in America. Like, it was like, they have all the cooks there. First of all, it was really big. It was like almost the whole floor was just food. And they have all the cooks out there. They're cooking it right in front of you. They have so many different kinds of food. They had eggs, they had sausage, of course, all the bread. I'm a bread girl, so I got all the breads. And they take you to a table and everything, and you get to go and just get all your food. It was so luxe. I was like, wow. I always got pretty much the same order every day. Waffles. So it's a croissant waffle. Absolutely delicious. The syrup there, I don't know, the syrup, everything tasted different. The syrup was so light. It was much lighter. It was more watery. And like the syrup here, like super thick and like sugary, but it didn't taste like that really. They weren't wrong when they say that like Korea people really like sweet stuff because the bread was sweet. And they put honey on their bread. And I put honey on the bread because I wanted to try that. Absolutely delicious. I don't know, guys. I think they're onto something. They're onto something with the honey on the bread. But also, that honey did not taste like our honey. The honey here is, again, so thick and like sugary, and I don't like it. It was so yummy. Like, I still dream about it because it was just so good. Like, I want freshly baked goods for breakfast every day now. Had to get back and start getting ready. You guys obviously know my makeup takes a while to do. It takes a couple hours. I made sure the second I got in there, I gotta start getting ready. Stop. Makeup needs to be perfect. Now, where I messed up, because obviously I messed up, I had this Morphe brush set. And it was absolutely stunning from their rebrand, because their rebrand is actually so amazing, like Stan Morphe. And it was for travel, so I just brought that with me. I didn't take any of the brushes that I've been using for months and love, and I know how to use it for each step. I didn't take those brushes. No, I didn't take not one. I took a full new set of brushes that I've literally never touched before, that were completely new, and I did not know how to use them. I didn't really even take a good look at the products, the brushes that I brought. Like, I knew there were face brushes in there, and I knew there were a couple eye brushes, but that's it. When I did it, oh, you can take a guess. The first time I did my makeup, I was doing my foundation, I was setting my under eyes. That's as far as I got, and it looked awful. because I didn't know which brushes to use. Like, I was just freestyling it. I tried to mimic what brushes I use. You know, they're not the same brushes, so it was a little bit of a learning curve. So I had to take it all off and start all over again. And that wasted like an hour. I was really upset. So then I did the makeup again, and I figured it out. And that's what made me start using this as my powder brush, because this is actually similar to the brush that I had to use for powder. Crazy how that works, because it's actually such an amazing technique. So it worked out nicely. Got ready, and my makeup came out so cute. I was like, yes, because of course I want them to see my makeup was actually good in real life, you know, and it's not just on camera. It actually looks good in real life. Then we went down to the hotel to wait. Her name is Kate. She's actually so amazing. Like, Kate, if you're watching this video, I love you. You're so amazing. She's like pretty much the guide for everything. She was the one who was messaging me, emailing me. So she was really the person that I'm gonna refer to like this entire trip. So where we were going that day, the first day for our itinerary, we were going to the rom&nd flagship store, the pink office. And it was so cute, guys. It was so pink. It's so beautiful. It's all pink. And that's where we were going to our first activity, to make your own cosmetics. So that's where I got to make me and mom, mind you, me and mom, because I love the fact that mom got to do everything that I did. I love that so much, because she's living her best life along with me. I got to meet the rest of the team. They were so nice. The content girlies. Those were the girlies who were like filming everything. They were so amazing. Like, I am a content girly, and I know what it takes to film. But seeing them do it, I was like, whoa, like, they're on it. Everyone was so sweet. So we got to start making our cosmetics. They had to translate everything, but it was pretty fun. We got to choose the color that we wanted. It was for the lasting color gloss and the melting balm. So for me, I made a pink melting balm and then a brown, like a warm red brown for my color gloss. And it came out so cute. We were doing ours really quick. Mom went with browns because she loves brown colors. And I don't know, ours came together really quick. We low-key loved it like right away. So it was pretty fun, and it's open to the public. That's not like something that they did just for me. It's open to the public. You just need to pay for it and like make a reservation and that kind of stuff. And then after that, we got to get our color analysis done. That's what I was so excited for. It was so crazy when they gave me the itinerary, like via email and everything. I just didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really know that they were going to plan an entire itinerary for us to do other things, because other than the thing I was there to do, and secret. So when they said that, oh yeah, we're going to do color analysis, get your makeup done, do all this kind of stuff, I was like, oh, that's everything that I want to do. Like, I thought they were going to just have us fend for ourselves and just be like, okay, you guys have free time to do whatever you want, other than, you know, the time that you are doing when you're with us and doing what we need you to do. Color analysis was very big on my list. Of course I want to get a color analysis. That's like the thing everyone does when they go to Korea. So can you guys guess what they gave me as my color analysis? They said that I was a deep winter. What? Deep winter, if you don't know, guys, that's like all dark colors. No warm colors. It's a deep winter are all dark, cool colors. So no warm tone colors. Gotta be dark red, dark purple, dark pink, dark blue, black, of course, is one. All dark colors. But I loved it anyway, because when they put the colors up against me, I knew she was right. I knew she was right. And honestly, my mom had been saying that for a while. Like, moms know best, obviously. She always said that she liked these dark burgundy colors on me. She always said, like, Sky, you look really good in dark, cool reds. And, you know, she wasn't wrong. Deep winter, it's high contrast. So that was a big thing. Like, I can get off and wear black. Not everyone can, but I can pull off black. That's nice because I love black. Black is a nice color. I saw exactly what she was saying. When she put usually I never see it. Wow, I did a horrible job on this side. What did I do, man? This is awful. The reality though, guys, it's not always gonna come out perfect all the time. Especially when I'm like talking and doing stuff like that, I tend to mess up more. It's okay though, it's an easy fix. You just take a little bit of powder and clean it up. Problem solved. I can wear brighter colors, no muted colors. I like muted colors. I was like, damn. I like muted makeup. I think muted makeup is pretty nice. But I like bright makeup too, so I wasn't mad at that. I can pull off bright colors. That's pretty nice. She honestly said that like everything I was already doing with my makeup was already pretty nice. So she said I wasn't too far off. I was like, hey. And deep winter, guys, is right in between neutral and cool. So I've been low-key right this entire time. I always said that I'm neutral, but I lean more cool. And that's exactly what I am. So, hey. I mean, mind you, you do have to take a little bit, you know, with a grain of salt, because I was wearing a full face of makeup, but I still feel like she was right. Am I gonna stop wearing pink? Nah. She said I could still keep wearing pink. She said you just have to wear with a darker color. And I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense, because you have to like even it out and have that contrast. My mom got warm autumn. So she's the complete opposite of me. She was a little bit sad because she cannot pull off black. I think she looks cool in black, but she said they said black is too much because she's more of a lower contrast. It was overall really cool, and I'm glad she said that my makeup was already doing pretty well because I have a lot of these colors. So then she gave us a lot of products that would work from rom&nd for our color analysis. For eyeshadow, I was so glad when she said the Rosebud Garden palette because I've been loving this so much. It's one of my favorite palettes right now, especially for KB. I would say it's probably my favorite palette, period. So she said that was a good palette for me. But I get it because I don't always want to wear purple. Because the other palette she gave me was that Curami palette. If you remember when they did that collab, that dark purple and black palette, you could see that I love pink and everything like that, so maybe that's why she gave it to me. It's like I just gotta get used to it because it's true, I don't really love purple. If you know me, guys, I've always said purple is the least in my lippy collection. I have like the least purple blushes, purple eyeshadow palettes, none. I just don't love purple on my eyes and everything, so I think it's just you gotta find like a good in between. I'm doing a really bad job of egg style in this eye. Like, what's wrong with me, guys? She gave me a lot of lip products, and again, all the lip products were dark and deep and purple. They're cute, though. They're cute. It's just, you gotta get used to it, you know what I mean? After she gave us all the products, like, she just gave me the names and everything like that, and the photos. I got to go to the flagship, and they actually bought all the products for me, so that was pretty cool. The way it works in the flagship is all the products that are laid out are just like samples, so you get to test and swatch. But then to buy it, you have to scan a QR code, you put the item in your checkout bag, you complete the order, you don't pay there, you pay at the register, and it tells you like when your order is ready, and then there's a whole freaking like conveyor belt, and it brings out your products in a cute little bag. I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck, that is so cute. Who came up with that idea? Can you guys imagine that in a Sephora? It'd be chaos. Then after that, the day was pretty much over for like the entire content and everything, and they booked me and mom a facial, so that was pretty good. It was at the Lotte Tower, so that was right across from the hotel, so we were just able to walk straight to the hotel right after. I'm sorry guys, I got a lock in right here. My eyeliner game has been looking like really good lately. Unfortunately, all my eyeliners have been drying out on me. This is why I need to go back to using eyeshadow for real, because eyeshadow does not dry out on you. Nice. And that's the best we're gonna get. So the facial is pretty cool. So we went up there. You just kind of like fill out a little bit of form of like your skin concerns. Like you have oily skin. I really wanted to get a skin analysis, but it wasn't on our itinerary. Next time I go to Korea, I definitely need to get a skincare analysis. I really wanted it. I don't know if it's a scam or not, but I really wanted to try one. This was pretty much the closest thing. So we go in there. It was a really nice spa. There was no one else there. No one that I saw other than the staff. You go to a private room. How you take off all your clothes? I didn't expect that. They're like, yeah, take off all your clothes and then put a nice little robe on. I assume it's probably to just feel more comfortable, which makes sense because like I'm wearing jeans, I got shoes on, like it's not very comfortable versus being like naked. It's really nice. I had my full face of makeup on. I was like, oh, I have to take it off. I just took off my lashes, and she really got deep and took everything off, like layer. And she was really getting everything. My face felt so cleansed. And then they put all the products on and just like really get into your skin and do a little massage up here. I was like, whoa, this is nice. This is so fancy. And my mom, she loved hers. She fell asleep on hers. I've already accepted that this eye is looking horrible today, so we move. Yeah, it was just so relaxing. And since the hotel was right next to us, we just went right there. Hello guys, editing Sky. Sorry to interrupt, but unfortunately I lost literally 15 minutes of this entire film. Literally just disappeared. I'm very annoyed, but I missed a big chunk, so I'm gonna have to explain it here. So before we went to the hotel, we did stop at the Lotte Mall because it's right in between the tower. We were pretty hungry since we really didn't eat anything that day other than breakfast, so we went to the London Bagel Museum, and it's super popular online. I love bread. I love bagels. Like, I'm Panera Bread's #1 supporter, I swear. So I really wanted to try it out. It was easy to get. I know everyone says there's a line. Line culture definitely looked prominent because everywhere I looked, there did seem to be a line. But honestly, I would say a line would be worth it because these bagels were really good. I got a honey cheese bagel. I got honey on a bagel. Then I got a salt pretzel bagel. So then it was easy just to get right to the hotel. We were so tired, but we had such a fun time. Next morning is when we were set to go to the rom&nd headquarters. This was a very important day. I had more of like a serious outfit that day too, which coinky dinkily matched perfectly
actually like with my color analysis. And plus the fact that they gave me makeup products for my color analysis, yeah, I look super pretty. And yeah, seeing that, they were definitely not wrong. They were not wrong. When you go to the rom&nd headquarters, like the only way you know it's rom&nd is because they have the little and sign outside, which I thought was really cute. And when I enter, guys, they have the cutest setup. They have that little board with photos of me saying welcome to rom&nd Sky, and oh my gosh, everyone, all the teams were there standing there like celebrating and clapping and waving. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, when you see the artist, they're this is how they know they made it look like. That's really what it felt like. It was like, wow, like, wait, people are actually celebrating me, like little old me. What? It was so sweet. I literally did not expect it at all. That's why I did not have the filming of me entering, because I did not know it was gonna happen. Of course, I did bring a gift. I brought some chocolates for everyone to share. We didn't end up opening, so I hope that they liked it. And then we got to do a little bit of a tour of the headquarters. I got to see like literally where it all happens because it is kind of like just a regular office. Like everyone has their cubicles and everything, but there is makeup everywhere. And they even showed me their filming room. Like they had the filming room in-house, so they were in the middle of like filming, I guess, a campaign, and all the product was like put up there together. I saw like unreleased products. Felt like such an insider. That day we were doing some pretty important stuff that you guys will find out more about in part 2, so I literally cannot say too much. But let me tell you, it was a very eventful day. It was very productive. It was really amazing. It was definitely my favorite day all out of all of it. Being at the headquarters was just amazing. So you guys will find about that next part 2. During that day though, we did go out to lunch. I literally could not tell you what we ate. The biggest thing that I had noticed about like Korean food and when you go out to eat is like the sides. There's a lot of food, but mainly there's a lot of sides. We did go out to dinner as well. We were living it up. We were going to nice places, and I spent the day majority at the headquarters, really. So the day pretty much ended there. We got back home. I ate my other bagel because I had one left over, and like that was it. It was very full and very busy. The next day, thankfully, I did not have to wake up at the crack of dawn to do my makeup. Why? Because I was going to get my makeup done. That was like one of the number one things on my list for Korea. Gotta get your makeup done by a Korean makeup artist. Hopefully by a K-idol makeup artist. That would be really cool. And the one I went to, they do triple S, they do hearts to hearts, they do actors and celebrities and stuff like that. So getting ready for the day was super easy. No makeup and just a cute outfit. Oh, that was very relaxing. Like, wait, this is actually how people wake up. They don't wear makeup. This is so easy and so nice. Unfortunately, my skin was breaking out like crazy. Like, of course, the one freaking day or week in time of my life I would like to have perfect skin, my skin breaks out. I don't know what it is. Now, as you can see, it's cleared up, but man, I was really insecure about that and I really hated that. So we went to the studio and they have 2 levels, right? They have one level for like the everyday person who just wants to get their makeup done for fun or for a special event. And then they have another level, and that's for the idols and the actors and the celebrities and the stars. It's literally called Joy 187 Star. Tell me why I was on that level.
Like, wait, why am I on the floor with the celebrities? What? I don't know if my makeup artist was the one who does their makeup. I don't know for sure. But it was a studio where, yeah, celebrities go. Oh, whoa. I'm on that floor. Crazy. I know everyone's gonna ask me, like, what makeup tips did you learn, Sky? Unfortunately, because of translation and everything, I didn't actually get to speak to her, like, verbally. But I did learn a lot from watching. Because a person like Kate, she wasn't there to translate, and I didn't want her to because she would have had to stand there the whole time. There's no place to sit. She would have had to stand there the whole time and everything. I obviously didn't want her to do that. So I just learned a lot from watching. She used a lot of K-beauty products, obviously, but there were definitely a lot of Western products she used too. Like, Korea, Bobbi Brown is so popular there. I've seen it a lot on Xiaohongshu and stuff, but I didn't know, like, for real, like, that was funny. I saw NARS, I saw ABH, MAC, and that kind of stuff. Dior, Chanel, of course, and then K-beauty brands, Clio, Para, rom&nd. I'm gonna put some photos of the makeup. It was pretty cool. A lot of filming stuff as well. The content girlies were there. I thought it was nice. I did bring my own foundation and everything, but she said the foundation was a little bit too dark, and she wasn't wrong. It's the foundation that I'm using right now, and it is a little bit more of my summer shade than my winter shade. And when I went there, I was in my winter shade. So she wasn't like completely wrong at all. Like, it was a teensy bit dark. She wanted to like make it lighter, and she did use a lighter shade. So my skin did look a lot lighter. It looked a little bit more white rather than like highlighted. But I feel like that's just the norm in Korea. Like we all know that's the standard. For the makeup, like that's how they do the makeup style. So I expected it for my skin to look lighter. I was like, not bad. You know, would I lighten my skin like that personally? No. But this is a completely different, you know, beauty standard, different makeup. So what am I gonna say? Like, don't do that. No, I wanted to see what she was gonna do. Other than my makeup being lighter than my actual skin, I feel like it actually looked super cute. I really liked it. It was one funny moment where she was putting on the lashes, and again, I didn't know the names of all these products, but I love the lashes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if these are the Picasso I Me 33 lashes. And she's like, oh, those are the lashes. She was like, yeah, those are the, and they translated. She's like, yeah, she said those are the exact lashes that she used. She was like, how do you know that? That was funny, because when I tell you guys, I'm in it. I'm talking about in there. I'm in deep into like K-beauty and stuff like that. That was pretty funny. We all had like a little laugh about that. They're so beautiful. I made sure to keep them, guys. When I got home, I made sure to keep them all because they weren't at Olive Young. They're available in Olive Young online, but not in the actual store. Because spoiler, I went to Olive Young. After I got my makeup done, we took a lot of photos. I got to take a little photo booth because my mom also got her makeup done. She didn't get any like Eggo style or anything like that. She actually didn't want to get her makeup done, period, at first, because she's not used to doing that. She didn't even let me do her makeup. But they were like, no, like do it. And she's like, okay, fine, why not? And yeah, she looks so good. She didn't have to lighten her skin. I gave her a perfect foundation match. I matched my mom. Perfect match to the Louboutin foundation. She had a nice fancy one. And she looked perfect. She looked amazing. I loved it. And she really loved it too. So I was so happy for her. I went to go get lunch. Lunch was yummy. We really want to try the subway. We really want to try the subway system in Korea and Seoul. So that's what we ended up going on. It was pretty interesting. Very different than the New York. Wow. It's actually clean. You know, there's not police officers standing there with huge pew-pews. It's very quiet. It's like, wow, okay, New York, do better. One thing I love was really cool. Like, guys, the older people are out there in Korea. Like, I mean older, like, I feel like these people were 60 and up. 70 and up, really. They were out there living their best lives. I was like, oh my gosh, good for them. And I feel like in America, I don't really see it. Maybe it's just my area. Like, my grandma would never be out there like that. You know what I mean? So I thought it was really interesting. She said that they even will sometimes give the older people like little jobs just to give them something to do because they want to do stuff. And I was like, that's so cool. Another thing about Korea though that I didn't love, they have so many stairs. And I'm okay with stairs, but the stairs are so steep. They're really, really steep and high, and it's like very uphill. It was like, wow. And I was okay with that, but you know, my mom was older, so I don't know how the older people here do it. I guess they're just used to it. So we went to go to the Hanbok and get the rental. But unfortunately, guys, it started raining. And we were so upset. We were like, no, because we really want to go do it. Like, that's the biggest thing that everyone does. But thankfully, it stopped raining. And we were so happy. So I went to go get one. I got a really pretty one. I got one that matched my color analysis. It was like a nice dark red. It looked so, so pretty. They did my hair. They did like the traditional braiding. I got a cute little like winter like covering because it was pretty cold. It was so, so cute. I'm gonna put a lot of photos here. I loved it. I had the best time. Touring the palace, beautiful. It was so beautiful, so big. Learning the history was like crazy. The palace, like half of it is gone because of war, but it was still so big. Like, can you imagine like all that city would have been gone and we just been palace, but it was already so big. Like, it was so crazy. You just have to see it in real life. It was beautiful. We were kind of just like kind of winging it really, but I said that I really wanted to go to Hapa Kristin. I wanted to get some contact lens. So she took me down to where that was, which was right next to Olive Young. So we went to Olive Young first. Wow, let me tell you, that Olive Young, this was like a massive Olive Young. First of all, they weren't wrong when they said Olive Young in Korea is like right down the street from each other. You have Olive Young here, and then there's one here, and then one right there. I'm dead serious. It was exactly like that. I'm like, what? I don't think we have anything equivalent to that. Maybe the only equivalent is like fast food, and that's like sad. Sephora is not like that. There's not a Sephora. The only Sephora near me is like at Kohl's or at a mall. There's nothing close together. Like, I would love to have that. And I went to Olive Young multiple times because there's everywhere. How it works, there's like 2 levels. So the first level is all skincare. And I want to get a whole new routine just because I want to try new products, because obviously I get a lot of stuff in PR, but I want to try stuff that I've never tried before. So they have skincare specialists there for you to ask questions. Like, I have combo skin, so I was like, what's the best for combo skin? My mom has more oily skin, so it's like, what's the best for oily and mature skin? If you were asking, we got all the skincare, and then you go to the next level and all the makeup is there. I was loving it, guys. I really wanted to see like what was super popular there. They had a lot of brands there, so it was really cool. Of course, I already had so much makeup. I already have so much makeup, period. but I had a lot of makeup because rom&nd gave me so much. They gave me rom&nd and they gave me News, which is their sister brand. So I had a lot of products from there, so I was already like, okay, I don't want to go too crazy. So I got some products that I needed, like I needed some more liquid eyeliners because mine have dried out. I got a new 3CE blush, which is my favorite. Some lashes. I just got a lot of cool stuff. I was super crowded in there. Like, I know why. This is where all the foreigners and tourists go. That was like the main area because it's so big and it's in the trendy spot. But it was so intense. Like, if you've ever been in Sephora, like, oh my god, during the Sephora sale or during Christmas, bro, this was worse. This was worse. At least they had a seating area. So my mom didn't have to like stand there and watch me because she didn't want any makeup. Everything is so cheap there. Like on the website, it's cheap. But then when you're there, it's even cheaper. And everything was on sale too. Like buy one, get one free. Buy two, get three free. It was so many good sales. And it made me honestly mad because it made me start thinking about like in America, we don't get any sales like that. The Sephora sale that everyone goes crazy about is max 30%. And that's like, you need to be the top tier. The general public, it's 10%. That's nothing. That's why I don't buy anything during the Sephora sale, because it's literally nothing unless you're buying a lot of expensive product. We got to the register, mom was like, Sky, I think you went over budget like a lot, because I had a lot of products and the budget was $250, but I was only $10 over budget. The amount of product that I got at Sephora, it would have been like $400. That was so much fun. And then after that, we went to Hapa Kristin. It was a nice, really pretty store. Photos of Wonyoung were everywhere, the model, because she's their ambassador. They had these cute little cards where you can like put it across your eye to see what it looks like on you. Like it's kind of like translucent clear. They were not very accurate because I have some of those contact lenses. I was like, that looks nothing like it, but you know, plus skin tone and everything, so all that. But it's pretty fun. I got a bunch of the one and only Kristin. Right now I'm wearing the one and only Kristin Plus, so I want to get some of the regular ones. I have the brown one, but I want to get all the different colors. They were on sale. They were so cheap, guys. Wow, $15. Online it's $30. I was like, bro. The crazy thing was though, guys, when I went to go get my eye exam, right, because they give you a free eye exam for the contacts. When they did the eye exam, I was good for negative 1.75, but this entire time I've been living with negative 3.50. You know how big of a jump that is? That's a big jump. But I had the negative 1.75 contact lens and I could see perfectly. And so I was like, we've been lied to. Are we being lied to? I think so. I feel like we're being lied to in America because what the heck? That was so crazy. And same with my mom, because I got her a pair of contacts too. She was told that basically she didn't need a prescription. Her eyes were basically fine. So that was absolutely wild. So I don't really know what to believe because there's another part of the story that also makes it even crazier. Then we just did a couple more shopping. We got some stuff, some little souvenirs and that kind of stuff. And then we went back to the hotel and we were so sad because we had to start packing. That was our last day. I was so sad. I wish I could have said a better goodbye to the rom&nd team. I didn't know that was the last time I was going to see them was going to be when I was at the headquarters. I didn't realize, so I feel bad. Got my last bagels though because I wanted to have some bagels for the plane. They were really, really yummy. They only had the garlic bagels left. Everything was sold out when we went there. But the garlic bagels were really good, so I was not complaining. They were super, super yummy. Last breakfast, we packed everything. We gave it to the hotel so that we could leave. And we went to the Lotte Mall, hang out and have some time to ourselves. I walked around the mall. Again, there's another Olive Young there. It was just pretty fun. And we just had like a nice little time just chilling.
Editing Sky here again. I totally forgot to explain the second part to the crazy contact situation. So I went to Skybxyy, which is a glasses store that I heard was really cheap and affordable. So I kind of wanted to get some glasses as a cool little souvenir. Plus, I really did actually need them. Tell me why they said I'm negative 4.75 in one eye and then negative 2 in my other eye. That's a crazy difference. Like, what? And I was able to see. I still have the glasses. They're nice. But I really don't know what to believe. How am I all these different lens prescriptions? I don't know how that works.
I was so sad. I didn't want to go. Like, who wants to leave Korea? It was so much fun. I didn't want to go. So we're just really enjoying it. We didn't want to get a taxi, like an Uber or anything, because we wanted to be on time. We didn't want to, like, play with anything. My little beauty mark is not beauty marking. My actual beauty mark is beauty marking. Almost done with the makeup look. I honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to talk through the entire way. It's a pretty big story, so I guess why. And we went back to the hotel because it was time to go. I said goodbye to Kate. She's amazing. Kate, if you're seeing this, miss you, miss you. I see an airport, like now we really got to explore it a little bit more. It was so nice. Had a lot of stores. Does anyone really buy from those expensive stores? Like, is anyone buying Chanel, Gucci, Louboutin at the airport? that was what it was filled with. And again, there was another olive young. We went straight to the Korean Air Lounge. Food there was so yummy. The food there was definitely yummier than the food I think at the Korean Air Lounge in JFK. It was so much yummier. They had pizza, they had little brownies, they had bread, they had a lot of yummy stuff. I was living it up. I liked it definitely a lot more. It was really, really good. The plane ride back, it was quicker. It was 14 hours. Unfortunately, guys, I slept like most of the time. I slept like the majority of the entire, I didn't even realize that. When I got on the plane, I was so tired. And they had to keep waking me up. Because I said you could wake me up because I didn't think I was going to fall asleep. But I did. So they kept waking me up every time I fell asleep. I was just like so groggy. And I would go right back to sleep. And I guess I just slept through it because the last thing I remember, I woke up, boom, it's only 3 hours left. I was like, what? I missed it? I personally don't want to sleep through it. If I wanted to sleep through it, I would have slept through it. But I don't want to because the whole experience, right? Experience of being on a plane. When's the next time I'm going to be on a plane? Who knows? And then we get back, unfortunately, to America. Blah. And now here we are now in December. It's been a full month. And now I'm just still doing some more things with rom&nd. It's not completely over. And I finally get to tell you guys about it. And that's what's really cool. I'm so happy I can tell you. Honestly, this entire thing has been so wild. Like, it's still not sinking into me that, like, I went to Korea. What? It's like, wow, it's such an amazing opportunity. And I never thought if 16-year-old me could see me now, she never would have thought this would ever happen. Bro, me from like 5 months ago never would have thought this could have happened. Why are my lips so dry? I don't know. I can't believe I got to experience that with rom&nd. They were so amazing. Like I said, the rom&nd team was so amazing. They treated me so well. And again, love having the fact that my mom could come and she got to live her best life as well. She had an amazing time. I never knew that rom&nd was watching me or had ever seen me. And they told me the exact way they found me. They looked up the keyword for what we are doing. And I came up on all the videos. They just saw lots of videos of me. And they're not wrong, because if you do look that keyword up, like, it's just videos of me. To the point where it annoys me. Because I look it up, and then all I see is videos of me. I'm like, ew, get someone else, boo. I'm so appreciative. It's just so wild to me still. And here's the finished look. Honestly, it came out the best the first time. Sometimes you just cannot recreate really nice looks, but this one is not bad. The base is looking yummy. Everything is looking good. I like it. I do like it. I'm glad my makeup progressed before I went to Korea, and I went there with some nice looks. But yeah, that was everything that happened. And yeah, like I said, there's still a lot that's happening soon. I'm so excited to share everything with you guys too. I really appreciate all your support. Like, seeing all your support on social media is like amazing to me. Everyone who's so excited for this collab, it's just like dream collab, dream everything. Hello. Thank you guys for all the support, all the comments, DMs, messages. Like, I'm reading them all. I really appreciate everything so much. Big thank you to rom&nd, obviously, for doing everything with me. I truly never could have imagined this ever happening. So it's like, it's amazing. It really does feel like a dream. I will go back to posting to YouTube, guys. I promise. 2026, I'm gonna try my best to stop getting my own way, especially when I love posting YouTube videos. Please, guys, let me know what you think of everything. I love reading all your comments. Let me know what you think of everything. I'm so excited for everything. And stay tuned for more content, more Korea content, and for the second part of this very big news. Bye!